Hey guys, what's up? It's Junk here. Just wanted to do a quick video of, where we're going with the spot. I know there's some confusion. People aren't really sure what the fuck this project's about. And yeah, so let's just clear it up. So I'm just gonna do a quick little run through. I'm not gonna read through everything, but here's our roadmap. We basically have released 12 spots with 50 OG spots for each category. So that equates to 600 spots, and then there's 10 the spot master spots, which unlocks the whole server for you. If you mint one of those, you get access to everything in the future, everything current. Yeah. So there's also in each set of 50, there's five right facing graphics, so or speech bubbles. So if you look up here, the spot up here, it's left facing is what we're calling it. There are some that are right facing as well, and if we go, I know some have been minted. So if we go to the secondary here, you can see. So these right facing ones, there's only five of those per category. So there's only four other ones like this. And in the future, you're going to be able to put your left one or your right facing one on a graphic as well if you own a left. So that's coming up here real quick too. Anyways, so that's kind of, the rarities if you want to say. But yeah, there's only 50 OG spots per category. So they're all rare. And then the spots, which are, they look basically like this as an NFT. That gives you access to the whole server. I really want someone to mint one of those real soon. I've been like randomly minting one here, one there to try to snipe it, but haven't gotten it yet. So, anyways, yeah, that's the deal. There's 610 of these OG spots. Uh, what's happening next? Once we mint out, so just go back to the roadmap here. So once we mint out, there's 439 left. Once those are all gone, that kind of brings us into the next step, which is now we'll have treasury, and the treasury is going to be used to build out development tools for Avalanche or the spot specifically. So it's either going to be, ecosystem wide, maybe like a minting calendar page that gives you notifications. We could do, well, I mean, the possibilities are endless, and it's going to be voted on by you guys as a community on what we're going to build out and what we're going to pursue. So that's what we're doing. That's the initial thought for this first OG series, is we're going to use those funds to build cool shit on Avalanche. And that's where the project started. Now, where it kind of grew legs was, what can we do with this bot that we've created to throw these spots on NFTs? And, like in a very simple, um, you know, this is the very simple, just giving characters speech bubble. And, like I thought that was just a really fun idea to show your spot, and you can throw it on any profile picture you want, and you kind of bring it to life with the spot that you got. And yeah, it's not like we're not our separate profile picture. We're bringing all the profile picture projects together that are on Avalanche, and creating this space where everybody can come and hang out, and do all the people in the dog spot talk about dogs? Well, nobody's talking about dogs here. There has been some crypto talk for sure. The NFT group, there's quite a few NFT guys in here. It's all about having fun. It's just groups of people. If you minted an esports one, you're not into esports. You can still come and hang out in the esports. Nobody's gonna care. But it kind of opens up the secondary market where now you can sell your esports spot to somebody that actually wants to be in the esports spot and talk esports. And that's going to be in the future, right? Like once we mint out, and people that have minted 4 or 5 of them, they start selling off the ones they don't really want. Once we gain some more traction, so that's kind of the idea for the OG group of spots. Once we mint out, we're going to vote with the community 6 more spots to create an OG group. So we've got this future spot suggestions. People are putting out ideas, maybe like a developer spot or 420 spot, stuff like that. So we're going to do 6 more, and those are going to have 50 OG spots for them. So quick math, right? 300. So we'll have another 300 series of OG spots after this one's minted out. And we'll probably throw in maybe like 5 more of the spot like master NFTs in that 300. So there'll be like 305 to mint. And then, yeah, we'll go from there. Once we get into, like the next series, and we mint out that series, then that's where we get on our roadmap here. Phase one's complete. We've launched our initial. We haven't minted out yet, but that's done. We're already actually doing way more than monthly spot drops. I think we've already done 4, and we've only been around for a month, so, or maybe a month and a bit. So like we're keeping people engaged. We've got a lot of ideas, and I think it's going to be really fun. It's not just a project, you buy the NFT and you sit on it and you flip it. It's you buy your spot, and then you're constantly getting other graphics to add on to things to use with other NFTs, and it's more morphing what NFTs you have into different things, and like creating a collaborative uh, group of people that are kind of messing with their NFTs and having fun with it. At the same time, we're creating a treasury with that will have a bunch of funds that we can build cool shit on Avalanche, and advance the space and advance the ecosystem. And that's what we all want, right? Like over the coming years, Avalanche is so new that these projects are going to be needed, and us as users, we should be deciding on what stuff's being built. So that's the whole basis of this, is putting some of the development into our hands, and going that route. So yeah, the phase one, we've released our initial drops. We kept the website super simple. We didn't want anything crazy complicated. We've basically been doing everything on Twitter and Discord. The website's just to mint right now. In the future, we will be building this out for whatever tools or whatever things we want to do with the Spot website. But right now, it's just a minting site, super simple. It's meant to be that way. It's meant to be stupid simple. And then to hop into the Discord. So yeah, let's get on. So phase two, we talked about that. Basically 6 more spots that will be voted on by you guys or the holders. So 50 of those will be minted. And then we're looking at, we've already been talking about in the background, spot staking. So, a staking mechanism for our spot, which will gain value for you guys. That's kind of the next thing once we get some funds in the treasury from our first 2 releases. And then once we can kind of build out an idea with everybody, once we're talking about how we want that to look, we can start developing a system where we can stake our spots. And what that does for you, that's still to be determined, and that's something that we want the whole community to be involved in that discussion. So we're not taking it as moderators to or project leads to make that decision for the project. We're going to be spitballing ideas and figuring it out as we go, and that's the whole point of this project, is the evolution of it through the members. So we've kind of created the framework. We've, got the basic stuff built, and I've got some pretty sick ideas, if I do say so myself, on what we're going to be doing next for art drops and spot drops and shit like that. So, you know, I think we're going to push forward. We're going to get some interest. We're going to mint this shit out. We're going to release our second one, and we're just going to keep rolling. And, I can see this, I'm still going to be around. The whole project's still going to be around in a year or two. Like, no worries there. I'm here for the long run. I'm not going anywhere. This is kind of, I, like I said, I've got so many ideas for this that, yeah, it's going to be really, really cool to build it out with everybody's help and input. Like, I've got some things I want to do with drops and art drops and who, like, people to work with and stuff. We've already reached out to some projects to work on some artwork, but yeah, it's going to also be community driven. Like, what direction do you guys want to go with it? So that's really important to me. Um, yeah, so phase three is basically we're going to release non-OG spots for the existing spots, and a quantity or a supply number for that will be determined by the community. Like, if we have a lot of interest and a lot of people want to be a part of the spot, we can create a couple hundred more spots for each category, and have another mint for that, or wherever we want to go with it. But I think that there'll be two tiers of spots in the future. In the end, there'll be the OGs that we got now, and that's going to come with special perks. You're only going to get the OG drops for the OG holders. Um, and then the secondary tier of NFTs will get all the monthly drops and stuff like that. But there's definitely going to be a tiered system, so it makes it worth having the OG spot and being an early adopter. I want to reward you guys for, joining the project early, being a part of this thing from the beginning, and, moving forward with that. So there's definitely going to be perks for having an OG spot. Um, excuse me. Yeah, so leave it at that. There is going to be another tier of spots released, though, so that we can get more users involved and we can grow the spots with more people, because like 50 per is sweet and it keeps it tight, but you know we also want to be inclusive for everybody. It'll just be the non OG spots won't have quite the same benefits as the OG spots. So keep that in mind. If you're waiting to get into it, don't just grab one now. It's 0.69 AVAX. Like, what do you have to lose? 0.69 AVAX. That's so cheap. Um, and yeah, let's get this minted out and move on to the next phase. Oh, sorry guys. Not used to talking, used to typing. So yeah, the other thing that I wanted to talk about, and I think I will do it in a second video, just because this one's getting pretty long, is a potential spot profile picture project and what that would look like. Now we're talking, phase four, maybe Q2, Q3 this year. We do have our resident artist who did the gold chain drops, TY. He is on board with this profile picture project. He did a fucking sick job of those chains. And if any of you guys see him in Discord, he's not there very often, but give him props, because I think that shit turned out really, really, really sick. Let's go back to this, right? Like, it just looks so good, and it was awesome this morning seeing everybody posting their gold chain ape on Twitter and on Discord. Yeah, that was pretty tight. That was pretty sweet. There's some definitely some sick looking apes with gold chains. So yeah, I'm gonna kill this now, and I will get on to another video and talk about a potential profile picture project that we're gonna be dropping.